Hello everyone, Manthrall here. Welcome back to a RuneScape video. Now, I did want to do a Shattered Worlds kind of tutorial, and it's actually a lot simpler than what some people might think. It's actually extremely simple. Okay, so the first red portal you see will actually be a world select option. Now, the bronze challenge is a novice world traveler. You guys got to clear 5 worlds, as simple as that. Then there's the other challenges, which these give a lot of XP. Yeah, you're still there. But yeah, they give a lot of, not XP, but anima for completing them, more than normal. Now, the food that I got whenever I was doing my hardcore Iron Man account with it was, I think it was called Puro Chicken, which was given 1,500 life points versus what I had with me, which was lobster. So, you know, I allowed it to feed my character. However, you can have the option of feeding and it being equipped. And then you can actually select here and go straight in that way. Or you can go into the blue portal, which then you get to select which world you go into. Now, if you can complete challenges this way, I'm not 100% sure. But as you complete more and more worlds, you get more and more stuff unlocked. Now, since I have a character that is max stats, I'm going to actually have it selected like this to see what my gear would be given. Okay, yeah, so it still gives a level 60 equipment. So that's something to actually keep in mind. It's going to give you level 60 equipment unless you're below that level, of course. But it does give you dual wielding type equipment, which is actually pretty good. And as you go through, you get different mutators. And right now, you get to select the mutators you get out of 3 when you go from one world to another occasionally. It's not guaranteed you'll get a mutator every single time you go to a different world. And at the end of every 5 worlds, you go into the loot room. Once you're in the loot room, you can either cash out and then you have to leave and start over somewhere else, or you can choose to continue on. There's also a bank in there if you need to refill. So it's actually very forgiving. As you can see, you only have to complete 75% of the world. So you don't have to do a full clear, I mean, unless you really want to, but you don't have to. And it's also noteworthy that the bigger creatures, like that golem there, seem to have special attacks. And I'm actually going to do something here because I'm curious about something. Your pets can actually pick up shards. Now, I don't know if they're tradable. I don't know if they're anything like that. I just know they do have a high alpha value when it comes to when it comes to examine. So I don't know if they have a GE price or not. So my plan is to allow my pet to pick some of these up, which is the only way I've been able to do that. Now occasionally too, you'll have different like random kind of events happening. You'll see a fountain, which you have to kill a bunch of ghosts within a certain time limit. And the more ghosts you kill, the better the reward you get for doing it. But also, there is what is called a ward, which you can kind of, it's a timed event again, but you have to kill so many things within that set time frame. And the more stuff you kill, the more rewards you get. Now, I don't know if completing, like, you know, 1 through a certain level will get you more or less. That I can't tell you for sure because I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you. And I will probably do a follow-up episode of this eventually, when there's more information that I know, or maybe more information that other people have learned about, you know, the traveling worlds. However, there is a notable thing too, of, since we're in this one, kind of notice it, but you know how they're, well, the Gobies, or whatever they're called, but they have a big rock structure off of their back. Occasionally you'll find one in these worlds. And usually they'll have like a big sign on them. As mean as this sounds, you do want to kill them. At least in my experience, you want to kill them. Because they are holding a ton, and I mean a ton, of anima. Okay, so now I've seen this as green. So now I can continue and carry on into the next world. Which, I mean, I can kill more if I want to, but I'm probably not going to, except for right here, because I want to see if there is indeed another mutator to pick from. Because if there is, I'd have to kill them anyway, just so I can get in. That's one drawback too. There's kind of invisible walls. Okay, so here's an example. Also, as you reach a new high world for yourself, you get a bonus amount of anima. So here's what I mean. The green ones are good. They're all pros for you. If it's red, it's bad for you. If it's like a blue or something like a different color other than that, it's kind of like, it could be good, it could be bad. But it's up to you whether you think it's good or bad. Now, there could be something down that path, I'm not sure, but I don't see the main portal. Oh, there's the main portal. So as you can see, this is actually extremely simple. The main thing is you always want to try to get the vampiric one as soon as you can, because it's actually the best one. Yeah, there is one that can make, I think it's called Blood Money, and it'll help in the sense that the creatures will bleed money when damaged, well, anima, which is nice, but at the same time, it doesn't give a whole lot. So while you are getting anima that way, it's not ideal. So it's better to have something that can help you stay alive versus an extra that you don't really need. A lot of abilities you want to use in this, you want to try to use as much AoE type attacks as you possibly can. That'll really help you out. But all in all, really pay attention to the mutators you're selecting, because they can both help and hurt you. Especially the ones that can either help or hurt you. So do keep that kind of stuff in mind as you're going through this. I'm really hoping to get my pet to be able to pick up some of this anima. This way I can show you guys what I was talking about with it having the capability of a high out. Now the high out value is 0, so there is that, but like right there, there's an invisible wall. My guy had to actually walk around nothing just to get to him. I'm gonna try attack him from a distance, hopefully getting my pet to pick up the anima. Alright. Yeah, see, it's kind of hard to get the pet to actually do that. because you don't control when it goes, and sometimes it just, whenever it's auto collecting like that, it's pretty simple. Now I am only in the upper 40s for this, but the creatures are starting to get higher and higher levels. When you do start out, the levels are 13, so keep that in mind. So somebody who is actually kind of a low level could probably get through this pretty good. It's just, you want to try to keep it. Oh, okay, here we go. So like right here we have hungry, which is bad for me, and food will heal half the amount. Explosive, creatures will explode. And honorable, you deal more damage to adjacent enemies and take more damage from enemies at range. So since I don't really eat, I'm going to select hungry. Now in a higher world where I would need food, that would be extremely bad. But even then, I'd probably use prayer over anything else anyway. Whereas, you know, things that have a ranged attack, well, there's a lot of that in here. So I think I'd rather have that. Also, it is, you know, as you can see, I'm not getting any drops. If I do get a drop, though, it'd be from Scavenger perk, which I don't believe, no, I don't have that with this gear set up. So that's the only way I'd be getting anything. So you want to kind of use your most powerful equipment and not worry about, you know, the luck in the game. Because there is no luck in it. You just kill. But I'm sure you guys can see this actually is pretty simple. Still waiting for my pet to pick something up. If I can't get him to pick anything up, any of the shards, what I will do is I will just, in a later date, later video, or maybe in the description below, I will let you guys know just exactly how much it is worth. Because it'd be kind of interesting to see if something is tradable like that. Because if it's tradable, that can drastically change how you're going to look at this anima product. Oh, see, here's one of those Jobies I was talking about. He's running around all happily, but I'm soon going to kill him. See, he's dropping stuff, and then when he dies, it just explodes everywhere, and you get a lot of stuff. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know what did that, but yeah, see, these bigger creatures, they do have special attacks. So you kinda don't want to ignore them, because they can do some hefty damage. Now, what I would like to see in time from this game, this minigame, is maybe collectible stuff that you can get throughout it, maybe rare resources. And this way, you know, it'll be useful for crafters as well. Well, skillers as well. You know, like maybe some rare herbs that only grow in here. Or some rare minerals that can only be mined in here. So exclusive gems, ores, whatever you can really think of could be found in here. Maybe blueprints. So now I'm ready for the next portal. I want to take it. There we go. As you can see, it's pretty simple. It does have its drawbacks, and to me, the drawbacks are just the fact that it's kind of primitive yet. Okay, so I finally got some, as you can see here. If you examine it, it looks like they already fixed that. Because last night, before this, yeah, late last night, I was doing this, and they had a high alk value. Which, now they do not. Ooh, another Joby. Goby? Not sure exactly what they're called. As you can see, dual wielding is actually very good in here. But you do want to have, you want to be able to attack fast. At least that's been my findings. You want to be able to attack fast, quick, and powerfully. Alright. If you examine him, you do get quite a bit of anima from all this. That's like the other thing actually that I'm kind of not a big fan of. Like, I understand somewhat why they're doing it like that, but not completely, because you can get anima pretty easy, especially the higher the levels you get. Like, I already have 718k, but now granted that's because there was quite a few bonuses as you see here, which is 230,000 bonus. So if you are a high level, you're going to get that bonus build up extremely quick. And it looks like I might be having a little bit of internet issues again, but you guys got to see the basics of what is going on. And I am going to get disconnected here probably, so I'll probably have to come back out of the world. If you do die in here, it is a safe death. I've died a couple times due to internet drop. On my hardcore account, he's still hardcore, so I can guarantee 100% safe. This character probably won't die. He'll probably just spawn outside, so it's no big deal. You spawn in the treasure room, which this will give me a chance to show you guys the treasure room. Just kind of irritating because after every 5 worlds, so once I would complete world 50, I'd go to the treasure room, which means all the mutators would reset back to none, and then you'd pick your first one as you go in. And as you can see, I did not get a mutator every single world. It's hard to say if it's going to kick me out into the chest room or if it's going to. It looks like it's kicked me out into the chest room. Yeah. Well, no. All right. So, well, I can show you that. You can go there now, or you can collect later. But now I cannot continue on unless I collect this. And this is actually the chest room. You have the chest. You're able to select it. This is where you get most of your anima from. There's also a bank chest, like I was saying about. You can enter your pen, of course, but you can refill, get anything you need, change your gear up. And then whenever you go to leave, it tells you the times that you spent here total. I spent a long time here total because you have to go through and unlock the worlds. But it even tells you the weapon damage you did, max hit ever for, I ever received was 617, so that's actually not that bad. But I want to see something here. I know there is a few mutators. Well, not mutators, but I know I have this. So we shall see if I can actually trade it. Which I'm thinking not, because that would be a kind of a bad thing if they would allow that. I mean, to allow... Yeah, you cannot buy or sell this. Let's try to high alk 1. As you can see, I don't keep a lot of nature rooms. You cannot use alchemy on this item. You cannot disassemble this item. So basically you can't do anything with the item. Alright, well, that'll do it for this episode. So I hope you guys got to learn about Shattered Worlds a little bit through this. There's not a whole lot to really teach about it. You just kind of go in with your favorite combat. And speaking of the combat, too, there is. Well, all the creatures in there are no weakness. They have no weakness, so you can use any combat style you want. The only thing you do need to keep in mind is your weakness. So if there was something that would be, strong against mage, it would have kind of hurt a little bit for my guy. But my level and the armor I'm using, which I was using Sea Singers. I mean, that's what I got. I don't have the tier 90. I mean, if you have tier 90, that's fantastic. But that's actually about it. So, any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll look into it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time. Later, guys.